Hey, 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 it's Thursday. It's the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff, me, Ryan McGuffey. There are games of Bruin all over the entire studio here at the Recap. I got 4 games going over here. I got 2 games going over here. It literally is my favorite time of year. We're going to get into all of that and more here on the Recap Lunch Hour with me, Ryan McGuffey. Always appreciate you in the community. Looking forward to a festive 30 minutes or so together. And Godfather's already here. So glad the Pulse has all the answers every offseason. When are they losing? When they're losing, he hides. Godfather coming right out. He's sending crap on all of us. It's a sunny day. It's 60 degrees. We got action everywhere. Cooper Flagg out for the game, by the way. Duke in trouble. They probably eke out this one. They were down big early. Lost 2 players, Malik Brown and Cooper Flagg. It is my favorite time of the year, dude. Swayze, one of my faves. What's going on? I want to discuss something with the Bears as well as free agency continues. Very lackluster, quieter. Now, we're still waiting for Aaron Rodgers' next destination. Most of us really don't care. I wanted you guys to ponder this question. Is this the best time of year on the sports calendar? I believe it is. I'll tell you why in a little bit. And yesterday at Hallis Hall, the Bears introduced Tooney, Jackson Smythe, and Jarrett at Hallis Hall. I don't know if you guys heard any of the Grady Jarrett stuff. There's clips of him all throughout social media. I ask, he's not the one guy they've been missing. He was a force in Atlanta. Those of us who didn't watch a lot of Atlanta Falcons football, which is most of us, don't understand how valued he is down there. Franchise leader and quarterback hits, as he reminded everybody yesterday at Hallis Hall. And you just love everything about the way he handled himself. He's going to be one of those dudes. I think accountability is going to ring true with him in the Bears locker room at Hallis Hall and on Sundays or whatever day that they're playing, because he's a vet. He's really good. He's an all-pro. He understands what it takes. And what I loved about him was he's like, I'm not motivated by being cut in Atlanta because it's part of the business. I'm motivated because my best years are in front of me. That's the kind of stuff. I know it's talk, and sometimes people, he's 30. I think he's the type of guy that the Bears have been missing. What's up, Eric? Those Top Gun glasses are right here. Okay? Here they are. Great press conferences yesterday. I can't put them on, though. We did not win. We did not cash the bet of the day. I let you down. Plenty of options on the board today, a couple of which I might have gone to had we been given the opportunity, but there's so many games that are tipping off. I got one for you later tonight that I personally like and have already put in. Great press conferences yesterday by the Bears. Now let's see how this can translate to the field. Like I said, Guff, things are starting to get better. No doubt about it. Adrian, what's going on? In my opinion, the Bears' first-round pick needs to be a lineman. I'm a big fan of Josh Simmons, and I don't know how bad the off-field concerns are with Mike Green and James Pierce, but they should be in heavy contention. Yeah, you don't want to bring in somebody that's a distraction. I'm with you, Adrian. I am still drafting line. Now, I think they put themselves in the position for best available too. I think there's a lot that's on the table. Mike says, love how Poles gets all this love. He's the best coffee getter on the NFL. Ben likes his with a bit of pumpkin spice. LOL. This is Ben's show. Yeah, I think Ben's influence on what's happened the last couple of weeks is that there's no doubt. You could see the giddiness in Ben's voice, and really in Ryan Poles, where he's like smirking. He's like trying not to laugh because of how happy he is at what they got and the linemen and players they introduced yesterday at Hallis Hall. Clyde's not letting us know he's at work today. I'm sure he is. Do you see that the Chicago Bears are making moves for the skill positions or wait for the NFL draft? They're going to get another receiver, I think. My guess is they'll sign a 1 or 2 year deal to a lower tier third type option. But I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know how much. I'd be cool if you told me they drafted all linemen. I really would be. Both sides of the football. I think they have a lot of skill. I think they do. I think they have a lot of skill. Vikings should get Rodgers. He owns the Bears. Yeah, there's smoke there. Do you want Aaron Rodgers around when you got a guy like J.J. McCarthy the second you go to bench, if he gets benched in favor of McCarthy, is there support there? I think he would have a good year there. He's got the right coach. I'm really curious to figure out what happens. Swayze, yeah, it is. We got March. You're talking about the best time of the year. We got March Madness, NFL Draft. Baseball's back. The weather's going this way. I'm with you, Swayze. No doubt about it. And the Masters for the golf fans, even for the casual golf fan. Lip says Ben Johnson. Looked like he hasn't slept in days during that press conference. Dude's been locked in. I know. I did see the comparisons. Like, here he is on day 1. Here he is on day 41. Lance Lynn and the Cubs are in discussions. I saw that. I think Lance Lynn for a team in contention makes a lot of sense. Now, he got a bad when he was traded by the White Sox, there was a lot of talk about bad teammate, XYZ. He's perfect for a veteran team trying to win. I think Lance Lynn would be a really good Cub. I do. So I liked when Lance Lynn was top 3 in Cy Young. With the White Sox, by the way, no one was saying anything then. Clyde asks if Grady Jarrett's mentor, can he mentor Javon Dexter Sr. and Zach Pickens to be dominant for the Chicago Bears? I'm at work. Of course you are. There's a difference between mentoring players and players that are dominant. You can mentor players. It's still at the end of the day up to their work and their talent to get them to be dominant. Can Grady Jarrett be their mentor? 1,000%. Terry, it's clearly the best time of the year. NBA in full swing. Baseball beginning with new season hopes. Conference basketball tournaments. March Madness. Again, the Masters. The NHL playoffs are coming. Guys, it's a really good stuff. The real Phil Simms. Good afternoon to you. Pablo, seems the best thing to do is get the teachers, pros, in the positions now and then draft a bunch of students who will be here for the long haul. I definitely agree. I think we do a little combination of both. Lip, Georgia Tech hanging around. Flag might be down until the tournament. I mean, let's be honest. Duke is getting a 1 seed no matter what. How important is this tournament? They probably get the win today. They came out in the second half with a 10-0 run. They're up 6 as we tape this, or as we record this live. Tape and record, neither of which we are doing. This is live. You might watch it later. It's always being recorded as well. It's on YouTube. It lives forever. Landon, the hair on point today. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate that hair. I feel pretty good about it. Got to get this trimmed up here. I'm thinking, by the way, of changing the look for the community. I'm thinking about going back to old Guff. I was facial hairless Guff prior to like last August. I'm thinking about lip ripping that right off as we approach a new season. Love to hear your input. Will you and Cap do a bracket challenge? I think we got to talk. Yeah, because this is something Jess was asking about. By the way, we do have a new proud partner, I should say. Starting Monday, the lunch hour will be brought to you in part by Hooters. Hooters is now taking over the lunch hour. Might be food. Cap and I, we have yet to announce this. This will be the first time I announce it. Cap and I will be at Hooters O'Hare on Friday, March 21st for the tournament. We'll be there at 11 a.m. ready for the games. Come watch the games with us. I will be doing the lunch hour live from Hooters on March 21st. Our new partner here on the lunch hour. I'm jacked up about it. Jacked up we got sponsors. Jacked up we got partners. They will be part of our show coming soon. Swayze, they definitely should still go heavy in this draft online, followed by running back, a speedy wideout. That would make my dreams come true. Paul, am I the only one who thinks the Bears need to draft address left outside linebacker? No, they didn't bring back Jack Sanborn. I agree. I think, but again, can you find that guy in the mid rounds? I think the answer is yes. Honestly, Poles has so many choice now at 10 since he did what he needed to do in free agency, says Eric. Now Caleb shouldn't be complaining he's got protection. Take that, Cap and Guff. I don't think you're wrong. Whose spot would he take in the rotation? I think, Sean, you're looking at depth piece here. Your 5 right now is probably you have Boyd, Colin Ray, Ben Brown. I mean, he's not going to be ready. Any pitcher you sign right now is not going to be ready for opening day. So, heard people, says Eric on White Sox Twitter, mentioned that Will Venable will only be the manager for a few years and move to a front office role. Thoughts? Who's throwing that shit out there? Like, we can't don't bite that hook. He's already been in a front office, by the way, just for the record. He was in the front office with the Cubs. Then he went downstairs to the field. So he's been in a front office. First, let's just focus on what's going on now. I don't care. Will Venable might not be the right guy 3 years from now. Or maybe the arrow's going this way and we find out he's just been like the next good manager in baseball. We don't know. Duke up 11 now. That's how good they are. Terry, this is how it's done. You draft your offense and defensive line guys, sign skill positions to 2 or 3 year deals. That's how it's done. I think you can make an argument that that's one way to do it. Swayze says the Master will be missing Tiger, which sucks. Totally agree. Still a stacked field. The money will be flowing to Clyde. Grady Jarrett, definitely a dude. I want him to turn Dexter and Pickens into dudes and can help the Bears own the North. I agree. Do you think Illinois will make it? I think Illinois will make the tournament. I could try to find out right now where Joe Lenardi has them for ESPN.com, which he always does a really good job of this. He's got Indiana as a last 4 team in right now, who's down 4 to Oregon. If Indiana's in, Illinois is definitely in. He has currently got Illinois. I think I saw him as high as a 6 yesterday. 6 seed playing West Virginia. So they think highly of Illinois in the Big Ten. Sawgrass, my favorite weekend of the year. Rory Eschewin, says Godfather. What's going on, Kyle? With all the basketball going on, sure, hockey's getting overlooked. Yes, especially in this city. First time Bedard. So, that's a great matchup. Hope it's the next Crosby-Ovechkin rivalry in the NHL. Me too. I just wish the Hawks were more relevant right now. Start bench cut. Uh-oh. Hang on. Timeout on the field. We got to get the start bench cut animation in. Pablo's coming through with something here. Haven't looked at it yet, but I see it now. And this one is as easy as I've ever seen in my life because I'm going to answer the exact same way. Assuming, okay, temperature needed to wear shorts. 100%. Now, I think I was wearing shorts the other day in 40 degrees because it was sunny and it felt warmer. But yes, I would answer the exact same way. Hooters, the best place to watch college hoops. Come on out next Friday. We'll be there. I can't wait that we got a partner now. That's jacked up. Chef Paul, listen to this. This is a true story, by the way. Chef Paul. It's not just the name, folks. It's in the name. The dude was a chef. He was a chef. I hope I'm not spilling too many beans here. He was a chef for the Marine Corps in Vietnam. This guy is a flippin' hero, man. Chef Paul gave Hooters the recipe for their clam chowder soup just a mere 43 years ago. That a boy, Chef Paul. Come on out next Friday, by the way. Let's go. Pablo, I need somewhere to watch the first day of games. Let's all get there. Come on out, guys. Hooters O'Hare. We'll have promos for it, pumping it up next week. That's where I'm thinking. I have an idea for the bracket. It might just be rather than submit. Maybe it's fill out a bracket. I'll have everybody email me at the Lunch with Guff email, and I'll tabulate it up, and the winner can win like a Hooters gift. I'll think about it, but I think there's definitely something there. Kyle, if only 2 could have been teammates in Chicago, I know. That would be awesome, but oh well. Dan, I read something yesterday from Ian Rappaport that said the market is very hot for Cooper Kupp, which doesn't surprise me. You guys know that I would love there to be a fit here in Chicago. It might cost too much. I'm curious about. They think he'll make in the 13 range. The question is it like a 3 for 39 with 25 guaranteed? I'll be curious. Terry, yes, we already got that comment in. James, free agency so far, it tells me Poles on a 1-year prove-it deal. Do you agree with me? Well, we already know he's got 2 years left. So I don't agree with you. And I think we're seeing he's working in conjunction with his head coach, which, as we know, that's how the best systems work. Stewart or Williams at 10, could see that. Bears junkie, Phil. Will you and Cap take the lunch hour recap to Wrigley and the rate this year? Would be definitely off the charts. I can tell you, we are working to make the lunch hour and the podcast more out there for you guys. Illinois beats Purdue tonight. Well, Sean, you're not going to like my pick. First of all, are you talking about Illinois wins? And then, so Illinois plays Who do they got tonight? Because Purdue has USC and Illinois plays. Why am I blanking in the moment? I know all of you guys who are big Illinois people know. Illinois got Iowa. Iowa, they're going to beat Iowa. I do think Iowa hangs around. And then Purdue has USC tonight. So you're saying tomorrow that they, or unless it was last week, Purdue's virtually playing a home game. So we'll see. Mike, Bears have their left side linebacker. Learn the name of Carl Jones. He will be the Sanborn replacement. Eli, what's going on? I would rather draft Landon Jackson over Williams or Stewart. I love that we're having debate about this. Poles is extended. He's not getting fired anytime soon. Chef will be there next Friday. So I know it'll all be a good damn day. And if Pablo's there too, look at that. Chef Paul better be at Hooters and cook the original for the day. How about that? Let's see if we can work a deal to get Chef in the kitchen with a cocktail, making his own recipe of clam chowder. Now you're talking. On a Lent Friday, a little clam chowder action. Woo! Let's go. Guff, now that baseball is right around the corner, do you think the Cubs win the Central if they stay? I think the Cubs are winning the Central. I think it's a 92-win team. I think they're better than we think. I'm going to stay consistent on that. A couple of games coming down to the wire here. Indiana down 2 to Oregon. It's so much fun. I love it. Do you think the Cooper flag would go back to? No. Eli, he didn't break his leg. I think this is all precautionary. They're going to win this game. They're up 11. Maybe he plays tomorrow. But I think to Lip Ripper's point, or I think it was Lip, this might cost them the rest of this turn. They just get him. It's all about the tournament, not this tournament. They're in. They're a 1 seed no matter what. Clyde says he's taking his girlfriend's sons to Hooters when I get my car fixed on the boys. All right. Bring him out, Clyde. Do you think the Cubs courting Lance Lynn means Jed is thinking bored? I think Jed knows it takes 8 to 10 in order to get it done for the year. Chef Paul versus Suit. Chef Paul, you better be showing your daughter this one today, my man, because Chef Paul's become a topic of conversation on the show. And you know where I'm going here. Chef Paul definitely is greater than the Suit Nazi. Godfather, Ricketts right where he wants to be under the luxury tax. Might pick up another pitcher off the scrap heap. Keep in mind, shopping at the deadline too. They're saving some money there. Who you got in the SEC tonight, Kentucky or Oklahoma? God, Oklahoma has to. What's the line in that game? Let me take a quick peek. I mean, that's a good game. My lean is Kentucky. 6.5. I think it's going to be a close game. I kind of don't hate Oklahoma getting points there. But that's just me looking at it cold. Oh, Lip's going all over the map. He's probably – are you shaking today? You're still – I just don't bet too much early. I want to chase every game right now, but I know I can't. It's not healthy to do. Boise, over in that game. First half winner, San Diego State plus 10. By the way, oh, my God, you just made me think of something. Mississippi plus 3. USC first half winner and over 149. They do go over a lot. One of the best in the country. Nova, UConn over, UNLV under. By the way, Lip, how about cashing that Arkansas ticket after we signed off yesterday? I did not. I got hooked. I had that game at 4.5. That turns into a pretty crappy beat and a great win if you had plus 6.5. 22-4 run. What the hell? Yeah, Chris, I agree. They're not talking about building any new stadiums, even after the damage to their current. Illinois is healthy now. I'm not an Illinois guy, and I know if that might sour on you people, my friends and my family of the REKAP Lunch Hour, but I'm not. If you did a live REKAP Lunch Hour at the rate for their 110 game, our group would be 80% of the crowd, and it would be awesome. That's unfortunately true. I know Poles has 2 more years. I'm saying he needs to prove it if he's worth keeping. I think he's got at least 2 years. I'll put it that way. Do you think the Bulls win 4 in a row? Josh, that's funny. He's laughing because, well, I think you're the guy who asked this yesterday too. We found out it was today. I do. I think the Bulls win 4 in a row. I do. It's crazy. They're playing the Nets tonight. But now that I'm actually thinking they win, they'll probably go out and get smoked. They'll probably be down by 10 and come back and win by 15. Swayze, Cubs and Brewers will be neck and neck in the Central with the bullpens deciding who wins it. I can't disagree there. Look, until somebody takes it from Milwaukee, it's the Milwaukee's. Indiana money line live. Are you talking about Indiana money line live here, Lip? Possibly. I'm looking. You got me curious like a cat. By the way, for all of you who take place, the 108 tourney, okay, my guys from the 108 on Twitter, if you're a White Sox person, you know about it. I'm the 2 seed in the current in White Sox Dave region, okay? Taking on my former teammate Tori Rubenstein. It's a Section 108 tourney. There you go. Go and pump the meter here. I have a pretty nice lead, but nothing's over till it's over. And then we got to keep on keeping on. After that, we got to pound the pavement once we advance. Go hit it. Go vote for me in the 108 tourney. Those guys are my people. TSI Mike, my guy, great show. Appreciate you. You're great as always. Your girlfriend's kids of 6 and 5, Clyde. Love to see it. Jojo Loco. I don't know how much fun they'll have at Hooters, but they'll certainly will entertain them. The Bears trade 10th pick for 2025 second and 26th first from one of the bottom dwellers. I mean, if that's the case, Joe, is the Jankowski signed by the White Sox to sign Robert might be traded by the end of spring training? No. I think it's a depth because right now, with Benintendi out, with the possibility of Robert, you have corner outfielders of Michael A. Taylor and who? They have Austin Slater, who's hurt. They have Oscar Colas, who's hurt. I'm missing somebody else. They have Benintendi, who's hurt. This is just, he might start opening day, which is crazy. Pablo, also not a fan of Illinois. Fell in love with the Fab Five at Michigan. Never looked back. Get those banners up. Who eats a wing eating contest, me or Kaplan? What's the contest? It doesn't really matter. I'd beat him. No doubt about it. Oh, you played Indiana before the start of the game. Pablo, I got him. But I feel like you can only wear them if I cash. So I'm kind of doing one of these. I'm hiding behind him after a loss last night. Godfather says, can't watch the Blackhawks. Now Marquis is going to screw me. Guff, keep me posted on Cubs games. Does Bill Wirtz own CHSN too? He does. The Wirtzes are part of CHSN. Here's what I'll tell you about Marquis. They are not trying to take games away from you. Comcast wants them to move to the platinum tier, which is where everyone's going to go. That's why YouTube and Hulu don't even carry RSNs. They don't want to. They don't think it's beneficial. So Xfinity now is going to up the ante and make you pay like $15 more a month to get your games. It's unfortunate. It's really not. It's out of the control of ownerships and teams. And this is where it's going. And that's why we got you. We'll tell you what's going on in the games. If you don't want to pay, no big deal. We're here for you. I get it. It sucks. Checking in late, busy cashing tickets. Can't keep up with all those games. Hey, OD, spread the love, man. Don't talk about the cash tickets. You got people here. Okay? We got people here. Spread the love on where you're at. Speaking of spreading the love, it's time to go to the bet of the day. We're going to get back up on the horse. Okay, so Florida A&M, I don't know if you followed or watched that game like I did, because if you're degenerate, I do it for you. All right? Florida A&M down 15 at the half. They clawed back in the second half and went on a big run. They got it to within 6, and they kind of fought back and forth. It was 6, it was 10, it was 8, it was 11, it was 7, it was 9. And then eventually they ran out of gas, and Jackson State pulled away, ran away, and hid. And you live, you learn, you take your lumps. We get an L, okay? We got hooked on Monday. We got a nice win on Tuesday. We get beat up pretty good yesterday. So here's where I'm at. Look, there's so many games that we could go with here. There's a lot of right answers. Here's where I'm going with Purdue. Purdue 9.5, sometimes it's scary. They have USC, who scores. Those games tend to go over. You saw Lip Ripper already play the over in this game. USC went into double overtime late into the night last night. Double overtime to beat Rutgers. It took everything they had. I think they scored 97 points. Everything they had to knock off Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper and Rutgers, which, by the way, how they have 2 of the top 3 picks in the NBA draft and finish under 500 is beyond me. I'm playing the hits here. You got a team that's on a back-to-back. that had to get to double overtime to survive, that's playing a team that is basically a home game. It's in Indianapolis. Purdue's the defending champion. Like, there's a lot there that I'm going to ride with. I'm going to lay the 9.5. I'm going to ride Purdue. This is a late game. Of course, do I have bets going right now? Of course I do. Of course. I always play Duke because I do. So this is I'm just going to eat that one because is what it is. Got 2 injuries in the game. I'm on St. John's, which is up 19 with a minute to go. So that should be a cash. And I'm on BYU plus 3.5, who's in an absolute NBA dogfight with Iowa State. Purdue, 9.5 is where I'm going. Hot take from Lip on Iowa State will be the first upset in the actual tourney. I could see that. I'm retired on a fixed income. I lose. This sucks. Godfather, always say it's for fun. Let's be responsible. Everyone relax on these Chicago sports games not being available to see. All teams stink right now. If they take away the Bears games come August, then it's a problem for Cubs. Get to the bar. Or, Pablo, make sure you're watching the recap because we do one after every single 162 games times 2 is 324, both Cubs and White Sox. I'm going to add the recap into a same game parlay. If you add yours and mine, it's 50-1 at $10 to pay 510. Hey, Lip, I love that kind of action. I'm going to make sure I write yours down, put it in a parlay. I might buy some of these down or up to knock that 50 more down to like 25-1, but let's do it. OD says, I like the Purdue pick. Also, team total over 79.5. A&M might. Here, look at this. I'm taking pictures of your guys' picks, so I don't have to go back. Look at this. Boom. All right. Butler St. John's under is about to cash. I was going to say that thing's going to cash. Mississippi State over. A lot of stuff going here. Bring the recap lunch to the Joliet area. Everything's possible. I think do they have a Hooters down there? May have to come on down. Do one there. That's the recap bet of the day. We're going to lay the 9.5 with Purdue and go from there. Indiana starting to fade. Georgia Tech's going to keep it a game. Duke's not going to cover for the first time in a boatload of time. But obviously with the 2 of their best players out, including Cooper Flagg, it's tough. We got one more this week, folks. It is St. Patty's Day weekend. St. Patty's Day weekend. It's supposed to be 70 tomorrow. I mean, St. Patty's weekend in Chicago. There are a few better places to be for St. Patrick's Day than Chicago. Come to Daytona. It is the home of Hooters. You're right. And I'm jacked up. So starting on Monday, we're going to have, on St. Patrick's Day, we are going to have signage. We'll have Hooters throughout here. Hooters will be a proud partner of the Recap Lunch Hour. And speaking of St. Pat's, good luck tonight to St. Pat's. St. Patrick's basketball team making their first ever appearance in the state Final Four in basketball. Really cool. They got a tough one on their hands against Brother Rice tonight, but congrats to everyone that's part of the St. Pat's family. Have a great day. Enjoy the sun. Get out. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And let's keep this community growing. Chef Paul is going to come out next Friday. We want you there too. Come to Hooters O'Hare on Friday, March 21st. Again, this will all be, I'll pump this next week when they're part of the partnership. But Cap and I will be watching the second day of the first round games at Hooters. Have a great day for everyone here at the Recap. This has been the Lunch Hour with Guff, the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff, me, Ryan McGuffey. Have an awesome day.